in lockdown. Some of us have lost family members. It's been challenging times, right? You've seen huge companies who have crumbled, even if governments are trying to bail them out. It's just been a tough time. And I think that Lionshare has been, kind of that beacon of hope for people to have a place that they can go to that's not going to hurt them. It's not going to hurt the people that they refer. And most importantly, it's going to create some instant income for you. So that's what we're going to talk about here tonight and help you understand exactly what it is. Now, first of all, what is Lionshare? Well, it is a smart contract that's located directly on the Ethereum blockchain. And for those of you who are brand new to cryptocurrency or whatever, that right there probably just went right over your head. Don't worry, this whole presentation is not going to be that technical, but I do have to get this out of the way so you have at least an understanding of what it is. But what we're going to focus on to here today is not exactly how a smart contract works. We're going to focus on how it can benefit you today. Okay. So, but we got to get through this first. So, a smart contract, all it is it's a piece of programming code that is placed on the blockchain. Okay. And what is good for it about you? Well, there's several things, but the first thing is it's decentralized. And basically what that means that is there's no company owner behind it. There's no admin behind it. There's no one behind it that needs to run it. It is a self-operating system. So as soon as it was placed on the blockchain, it is there. It cannot be manipulated. It cannot be changed. But most importantly, you don't have to rely on anyone. It's just going to do its part. I mean, imagine being part of a contract that could never, ever be broken. That's what you're dealing with when you deal with a smart contract, because once it's put on the blockchain, that's it. There's no more changing it. All right. So as far as our smart contract, I believe that there's a lot of different reasons why we're the best of the best out there. You're going to be able to make your own opinion if some of this resonates with you. You're never going to catch us talking about other smart contracts because we don't have to, right? I mean, the proof is in what we do, and you'll be able to see that with your own eyes. Okay. Now, this is a peer-to-peer system. So what that means is this: when it comes time to earn a commission, our system knows exactly who to pay and it goes directly to them. Like usually when you join a business, you pay for a package or a product or a service. That money goes to the company or to the owner or to the admin. They figure out the commission, then they send it back out, right? Well, sometimes that middleman gets caught up in things, right? And it doesn't always happen that way. Here it is peer to peer, right? So you never have to worry about that. There's never a time where it's going to go to anyone but you when it's your turn to earn. And the smart contract knows exactly who to pay, and it pays instantly and directly to your wallet. And I think now more than ever, if I ask you all to here tonight, like how many of y'all need money today? I guarantee you that the majority of you would say, yes, I need it for my family, right? Especially if you're brand new and just hearing this, you're like, yeah, man, that's why I'm here, right? And some of you can't wait another day. Some of you can't wait another hour. I've been there and I know that the struggle is real, right? So what Lionshare is going to give you, it's going to give you the ability to create income for yourself right this second without having to wait a week or a day for a payment from a commission from a company that may or may not show up. It gives you that ability to do it today. And I just think that that is an unbelievable opportunity in today's industry or market right now with the challenges that are out there. Now, when I look at risk of a company, I say, look, if I put my money into this, number one, am I going to be able to get it out? And number two, if I refer others to it, are they going to get hurt, right? I mean, the last thing you want to do is start referring people and then a company go out of business. You have to hide from them at the store. You don't show up on social media. You stop answering their phone calls. We've all been there, right? Well, you don't have to worry about all that because I know the first thing that comes to people's mind is like, how long is this going to last? Is the company going to take away with the money, walk away with the money? Are they going to pay commissions? Are they going to change the comp plan? All those things that are already in your head, you can remove them, okay? Because there's no way that a compensation plan change can actually happen. It can't happen. It's already on the blockchain. So all those risks that are associated with doing business from home, those are removed from the equation, which is one of the biggest reasons why people love smart contracts. Now, you can control your business directly from whatever you want to do is 100% up to you. Now, every commission that's paid is paid in Ethereum, okay? And for those of you who are new to cryptocurrency, Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, right next to Bitcoin. I mean, I'm still a huge Bitcoin fan. I want as much of it as I can get. But Ethereum, man, the technology behind it and the speed in which it can operate is second to none in my opinion, and it's making huge strides towards becoming, as big as Bitcoin. I don't know if it'll ever get there, but what I do know is this: it's really poised over the next 12 to 24 months to rise in price. So this does a couple things for you, right? Number one, it can help you with your immediate bills. But number two, as you start to, calm things down in your household and you start to stack some of this Ethereum, it can really become an asset for you and your family to grow your wealth. And that's what it's all about. Now, let's talk about transparency. In this industry, there's two types of transparency, in my opinion. There's transparency by a company, but there's also transparency by a member or a distributor or partner, whatever you'd like to call it. There's about 50 different names that you can pick. The bottom line is this: when it comes to a company, usually a company can't be as transparent as they want for multitude of reasons. Okay, number one, they might have NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. They might have trade secrets that they can't share. Maybe they're a bad company, they're doing bad things and they don't want to share, right? That happens as well. But on the distributor side, it usually comes from the income claims. I know you all have seen it, right? You've seen the people out there that are making these huge, enormous income claims, and very rarely does any proof follow those income claims. Inside of a smart contract, it is an open ledger, right? So you can see every single transaction as it happens, not just in your account. You can literally log in anybody's account and be able to see exactly what's going on. So in my opinion, it has really given the industry a chance to clean up its act, not only from a company standpoint, but also a distributor standpoint as well. What's been a black eye can now be a community one. So you know exactly what's going on at all times. And people seem to love that. And my belief is it's the way of the future. So let's talk about what makes us a little bit different here at Lionshare, right? There's a lot of different smart contracts out there that you could use or operate inside of. So what is it that makes ours so special? Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is this, okay? We built our code from the ground up. When you look at our smart contract, there's not one single line of programming code that we took from any other smart contract out there. But we did have some advantages, right? Because there have been other smart contracts out there that we just felt something that is special, and that's what we're getting to share with you. So, number one, and the most important thing that you're probably going to hear tonight is the fact that anyone that you personally refer inside of Lionshare, they will always stick with you. They'll always stay with you throughout every single matrix that you go to. And the reason why that's important to understand is this: think about this. If you were to go out there and you did all the work to get someone to say yes, okay, so whether it's someone that you know personally, you found them on social media, maybe you spent some marketing money, whatever it is, you got someone to say yes. You bring them in the door, they finally said yes, they make the payment, and then as soon as they make the payment, they begin to follow someone else, right? Or maybe they follow the company. What kind of business is that? And that's what's happening, and people don't even realize it. So, inside Lionshare, your people always stay with you. So think of it this way, okay? In many other contracts, you would have to bring in 3 to 4 times more people, right? Personal people, in order to earn the same type of income that you can earn here at Lionshare. So that is very, very strong. That's that's why I've spent so much time on it. Now, what we're going to learn about here tonight are two different matrices. We're going to learn about a personal matrix and then a team building matrix. The personal matrix is just like it sounds, right? It's people that you personally refer into this business. They're going to take a position in that matrix. But there's also the team building matrix, okay? And the team building matrix really opens up some major doors with Lionshare. There's no limitations to the countries that you can do business in. So literally any country in this world you can do business with. Now that really leads me to my next point, which is affordability, okay? You're going to see here tonight that the packages that have been created are affordable to the masses. And that's not just something that we're saying, it is the reality. You're about to see it on the next slide. A lot of companies, they'll go out there, and even especially right now where this pandemic is happening, you've seen many network marketing companies create like a relief plan or a rescue plan or some type of package. And most of those are like, $200. And instead of paying $60 a month, you're paying $30 a month, right? And the reality is this: most people can't afford that. If you look at it at a global scale, the majority of people cannot afford that. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because I know why companies are doing it, and I've done it myself, and I get it. But if you're real and give everyone an opportunity, you found it inside of Lionshare. And the cool thing is this: even though we have almost 72,000 people inside of this smart contract, you are one of the very first people to learn about this. We're going to 1 million people in 2020. We said it from day one. It's going to happen. We just keep getting better and better every single day. And I think people are starting to get that. So we're going to talk about some of those things in a little bit, what we've done just this week. Okay. But let's look here at the pricing tables. Okay. This is what this slide is designed for. It's for you to be able to see the prices. Now, what you're looking at here is two different platforms. We have what we call the L1. The L1 is that personal matrix that I talked about, right? And you can see that the way that it's structured is you're at the top, and then there's 3 positions underneath you, okay? And then on L2, this is you at the top. This is the team building matrix. And then there's 2 directly underneath you and 4 under that. I'm not going to spend any time on the structure on this slide. What I want you to see is the pricing of these tables, okay? To get started inside of Lionshare, the cost is 0.04 Ethereum, because what's going to happen is this. When someone goes to join, they're going to simultaneously join the L1 and the L2 for 0.04. As you can see, 0.02. 0.02 equals 0.04, okay? Now, if you convert that into US dollars, and you can convert it to whatever currency you deal with, but in US dollars, that's about $12.50 right now. $12.50 is like what we would say, based on the current price of Ethereum. Last week, Ethereum was 30% less. It was like $10 per person to get in. Now, with that being said, there's one other thing I want to mention here, okay? When you get started with us here today, that is the price to get started with Lionshare. However, there are some what they call gas prices that the blockchain is going to charge you. Okay, so if you're someone new here tonight, before you started, make sure you talk to your sponsor and say, look, I remember James said I could get started for 0.04, but he also said something about a gas fee. Can you explain that to me? They should be able to tell you more about it, so that way you're not caught off guard. So it won't be exactly 0.04, but the other fee is not attached to us. We don't actually charge that fee. The blockchain does for doing business with our smart contract. So here we go. What we're looking at is 0.04, like I said, less than $13 to get started in this today. I want you to think about that for a second, all right? Think about how many doors that you could open up knowing that you can do business in any country worldwide. You have a pricing model that starts less than $13 that people can build their way up, right? Because here's what can happen. You can come in here and buy just the first 2. You could buy all 16 of them. You can buy anything in between. It's going to be completely up to you. And what I would tell you to do is get back with who sent you here to see if there's a strategy that their affordability changing a lot. So let's get into this, okay? And first thing we're going to talk about is the L1 package, which is that personal referrals, okay? Your personal matrix is what we're referring to. And we're going to start as if this is the 0.02 matrix, okay? Because all the packages work the exact same. So we're going to start with 0.02 because that is the starting place that every single person will come in at, okay? So I'm going to give you the mechanics and the understanding of how it works, and you'll know that it works the same on all of them. Now, what I'm about, simplest compensation plan I've ever seen, and that is the truth, okay? I've been around a lot of comp plans and a lot of businesses that sound very cool, right? And they're fun to talk about, but the reality is about 99% of people don't know what's going on. And especially if you're brand new, right? It's very challenging to understand these comp plans and be able to explain it. What I'm going to show you here tonight is a brand new person. You're going to be able to get it. I can bring my kids in right now and show them what we're doing, and they would be able to share this with people. That's how simple it is, okay? So here you are at the port positions directly underneath you, and as you refer people, they're going to fill the next available position left to right. So the first person that you bring in here will take this position, the second person would take this position, and the third person would take this position. Here's how it works, okay? So you're here at the top. This first person that you refer, they're going to pay 0.02, just like you paid 0.02. But instead of paying it to a company or an admin, the smart contract knows that it's going directly to you. So you just earned 0.02 by referring your first person. The second person you refer, same exact thing. They pay 0.02 and they pay it directly to you. So just on your first 2 sales, you have doubled your Ethereum, okay? You've doubled your Ethereum at this point. The third sale that you make is going to be paid to your sponsor. And when this happens, this creates what we call a cycle. You see those little arrows right there, like going in a cycle, a circle. It creates a cycle. And what a cycle does is it allows you to have a brand new matrix that looks exactly like this, that's empty, that you get to fill up again with your personal referrals. Now, I want to tell you something that's very important, that's very different about Lionshare as well. Many of the other contracts that I've seen out there, even new contracts that are being launched, it's crazy to me, but here's the deal. If you don't upgrade after you cycle on a package, they just take your earnings away from you. They don't allow you to earn anymore. I mean, which is insane because you did buy the package, right? But that's the way it works in most contracts. If you don't upgrade to the next package, they only allow you to cycle once. Inside of Lionshare, you can cycle as many times as you want. You get to upgrade when you want. And the reason why that's important is because if you're forcing families to do that, instead of give them the opportunity to use the income that they need right this second, then what are you doing, right? I mean, it just psychologically, it doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't mean anything to anybody else. I'm just telling you what is different here is the fact that you can cycle on any package as many times as you want, okay? So here we go. Here you are at the top. We're gonna break this down for you in very simple terms where any of you can take this tonight and be able to use it. You're at the top of your point zero 0.02 matrix. Spot number one and spot number two, you're gonna earn 100% of. Spot number three will be paid to your sponsor, and we'll create a new matrix that looks exactly like this, and you can do it again and again. I just broke the comp plan down for you on the L1 in a matter of 10 seconds. Any of you can say, I know 1 and 2 come to me, I know 3 goes to my sponsor, and I just get to keep doing it. Simple, right? Well, let's go to the L2, okay? The L2 is the team building matrix, okay? So where the L1 was all about your personal sales, the L2 is all about that teamwork, right? And think about it. You have no global limitations, right? You have no economic limitations because they are affordable to the masses. You're dealing with a platform that cannot go away, cannot be manipulated. No one can run off with the money. So your ability to work as a team and have a global business is just, it's out of control. And we're already seeing it. That's why, almost 72,000 people have said yes, right? So what is unique about this matrix versus the L1 are two different things. Number one, the structure is different. As you can see, this is you at the top, and then there's 2 spots directly underneath you and 4 spots directly underneath that. So that's the first thing. The structure is different. The second thing is this. You don't have to personally refer anyone into this matrix at all in order to be able to earn. Now, with that being said, even though you don't have to personally refer anyone into it, let me tell you something, okay? Who do, those who actually get out there and run this like a business, your income potential goes drastically up, okay? If you're doing your part and everyone on your team is doing their part, it creates this unbelievable opportunity for what we call spillover, okay? Spillover is when your matrix fills by other people's efforts and leveraging other people's skill. But the only way that can happen is if you do your part as well. That's just my opinion, okay? So with that being said, let me break this down for you very easy, okay? This is you at the top of your 0.02 matrix. And remember, you may or may not refer anyone into this matrix when I'm going through this example. So spot number one and spot number two, these two people are going to pay 0.02, and those payments are going to go upline to whoever's at the top of that matrix, all right? Spot number three, spot number four, and spot number five, 100% of this is going to be paid to you. So if we just stop there for a second, right? You've now tripled your Ethereum because you started at 0.02. You've been paid 0.02 3 different times. So that's tripling your Ethereum. And you may or may not have referred a single person into this matrix. I mean, where else can you do that, right? That's awesome. Now, cell number 6 is going to be paid to your sponsor, right? It's going to go directly to your sponsor. And it's going to create a new matrix that looks exactly like this that's empty. Now, as a reminder, you can cycle as many times as you want on our matrices without being forced to upgrade where we withhold your earnings. We don't do that here, right? It's important to understand that. That's why I've mentioned it this many times. So let me break this down for you in really simple terms, just like I did the L1, so you fully get it, okay? This is you at the top of your 0.02 matrix. Spot number 1 and spot number 2 will be paid upline. You'll earn 100% of spot number 3, spot number 4, and spot number 5. And spot number 6 will be paid to your sponsor and create a new matrix for you. Now, again, just like the L1, I did that for you like in 2. I know I get paid on 3, 4, and 5, and I know 6 gets paid to my sponsor, right? So, those barriers that are always there for new people in a business, we're breaking those things down. The objection to price, gone. The objection to where you live, gone. The objection to understanding what the funds, gone. Are you starting to see now why 72,000 people have said yes, right? So here's the deal. Let me break this down for you a little bit further. If you remember, one of the things I talked about at the beginning is I said, look, one thing that you have to understand about Lionshare is that anyone that you personally refer into the business, they always stick with you, and how important that is, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of how important this is. In many smart contracts, you give people away. You don't even know you're doing it, but you're giving people away, which means you have to recruit or refer a ton more people to earn the same type of income that you're going to earn here. So even though you don't have to refer people into this L2 to earn this matrix, let's assume that you do. Okay. Let's assume that you did go out there and let's say that you personally referred all 6 of the people into this matrix. Okay. Now, if you were to do that, the comp plan still works the same. So 1 and 2 are still paid up line. You still earn 100% of 3, 4, and 5, and 6 would still be paid to your sponsor. And when that happens, it creates a cycle. And when that happens, here's where the magic starts to work for you. Okay. These 6 people that you personally referred, guess what? When they cycle, they are going to follow you into your next empty matrix and take the next available spot. So if all 6 of these people cycle and they follow you into another matrix, what happens? You cycled again, right? With nothing else happening, right? Just with their efforts, using their time, using their skill set, they cycle, they follow you. Imagine if you had 12 people, right? You personally referred 12 people. Let's say that they cycled every other day or every once a week. That would be 12 new people showing up into your matrix without you doing anything else. If that happened, if 12 people showed up and nothing else happened in your business, that's 2 guaranteed cycles for you every other day, every week, depending on how often it happens. You can see how powerful the follow me system is. Now, let's look at some of the profitability potential inside of each one of these. The first one we're looking at here is the L1, which is that personal matrix, okay? And what this is illustrating is that if you start at the 0.02 package, that's the very first package, and then you upgrade every single time you cycle. So at 0.02, you cycled, you upgrade to 0.05, down to the 16th package. If you just cycled one time on every package in the L1, that would pay you 59.59 Ethereum. Now, if you do the math on that, that's about 18,000 US dollars at the current prices of Ethereum. Not too bad, right? Now, let's look at the L2. The L2, same exact thing. We're illustrating you start at the 0.02 level. You upgrade every single time you have success all the way to the 16th package. That would get you 111.16 Ethereum. Folks, here's the thing that you got to get from these slides. That's impressive, right? 111 Ethereum, that's over $33,000. You add the two together, we're looking at $54,000 if you add the L1 and the L2, only cycling one time on each package. We have people that will cycle 5, 10, 100 times on every single package. So you see how important this is, right? So here's the deal. Right now, we have many people. I don't know. I would say over 100 people that have probably earned 111 Ethereum or more inside of this contract in the first 2 weeks, right? We're not even a full 2 weeks into it. So it's amazing. So let me remind you of how you get paid, and then we're going to finalize this thing, okay? As I said, this is a peer-to-peer system. For those of you who are late, it's a peer-to-peer system. Every commission that you earn, the smart contract knows exactly who to pay, and they pay them immediately and instantly to your Ethereum wallet. If you're in a situation right now that you need income today, not tomorrow, not next week, but right this very second, I can't think of a better place in the world that you should be than on this call learning about this. So whoever invited you here tonight, you definitely need to give them a hug and tell them thank you when you can see them again, right? When we don't have to be 6 feet apart. But you definitely need to, because it's a huge opportunity. And, you know, our objective here tonight was to show you how you could get your lion's share. And for those of you who don't know what that means, lion's share is this: in any business transaction, whoever gets the largest financial piece of that business transaction is said to get the lion's share. And we just showed you how to get yours, okay? So what do you have to do to get started? Well, it's pretty simple. All you need is an Ethereum wallet, okay? An Ethereum wallet is completely free to set up. There's several different wallets that work with our system. The two that we're showing you here today is, number one, this is MetaMask. MetaMask is a Chrome extension. So if you're using your computer or your laptop, this will be the one that you want to use. If you're using an Android phone, the one that we recommend is a Trust Wallet. And if you're using an iPhone, there's Coinbase Wallet, there's Token Pocket, there's several different ones out there. So rather than going through all that, what I want to tell you is get back with who sent you here tonight and let them help you get your wallet set up. Let them show you how you can get some Ethereum and how you can start earning for your family right this second. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now, okay? So listen, I want to tell you thank you so much for taking the time to come out and learn about this. I mean, the key points that I hope that you got from this is that, number one, it's a self-operating system, right? There doesn't require anyone at all to be behind this thing. The smart contract is there. It cannot be changed. It cannot be manipulated. A comp plan cannot be changed. A company can't go in there and say, hey, let's change the comp plan today. Doesn't happen. A company can't run away with your money because guess what? The company never receives the money. There's no admin receiving the money. So the decentralization, the opportunity to work in any country in the world, to have a program that has the affordability that you can get started for as little as $12 with the simplicity that even a child could share with someone and fully understand. That is why so many people have said yes. Now, here's the deal. You're one of the very first people to know that, regardless of whether you know it or not. There's a million people coming into this. I can assure you of that. So you are one of the very first people. So